I know this headline might not catch eyes, like, oh, gynecology, but you cannot talk about the birth of modern gynecology in the United States without talking about slavery. Because one of the most influential figures in the field, J. Marion Sims, built his work by experimenting on enslaved black women and torturing them. And they couldn't consent because they were seen as property. And they called him the father of modern gynecology. He developed one of the first successful surgeries for childbirth injuries. Specifically, it was for something fistulas, vesicovaginal or something like that. Don't quote me on it. But he did not walk into that knowledge. He figured it out by repeatedly operating on enslaved black women until he got it right. Women like Anarcha, Lucy, Betsy, enslaved black women he used as experimental patients were operated on over and over and over again. One of those women, Anarcha, she was a 17-year-old enslaved girl who was operated on over 30 times while he was still experimenting. He did not know how to fix her condition. He used her body to experiment until he got it right. He performed these surgeries without anesthesia, even though anesthesia was available to be used in medicine, because his belief was that black people felt less pain. He developed tools still associated with gynecology today, things like the Sims speculum. Yeah, the speculum, that little metal thing they use to open your cooter cat. Yeah. Anyway, his work was celebrated instead of punished. He became the first president of the American Gynecological Society. He had a statue in Central Park that stood for over 100 years, and he was praised as the father of modern gynecology. And that's how normalized this was. This was not hidden, it was rewarded. And it didn't stop there, because he also experimented on black infants. He used a shoemaker's awl, which is like a sharp tool they use to like punch holes in leather, and he attempted to force their skull bones to alignment. And he justified this by saying that the condition came from what he described as the intellectual flaws of black people. 100% mortality rate, by the way. So this is medicine, but they're using racism as their science, right? They were just inventing their own ideas of what they thought made them different. And what makes it worse is that the system was willing to experiment on women's bodies to build the field, but not to invest in their care, because we still have black women having a significantly higher maternal mortality rate, significantly higher mistreatment in the medical field. None of that has changed. None of the belief really went away. And because today you still have people in positions of influence repeating those same ideas, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has publicly suggested that black people should be on different vaccine schedules than white people because he believes their immune systems are stronger. And the people repeating these ideas today are not even trained in medicine. RFK Jr. is an environmental lawyer and a political figure. He is not a doctor. He is not a scientist. He is not a medical researcher, yet he is shaping and brainwashing people into what they need to believe about public health, on top of the fact that he said the COVID vaccine causes autism. So believe him if you want, because honestly, it's going over everyone's heads.